So welcome everybody back to another video. I haven't posted in a while because I'm very busy with some moving, with with some personal busyness and my family. But we're back on another video. This will be like one of my last videos to post for a while, for like a week or two, since I'm gonna be very busy with my family and all. But it seems you guys don't mind the tips on surviving in the Nether and overworld. So I'm going to be doing another part 3, doing the what's it called, mine shafts and end portal like rooms, end rooms and all, so like you can get to the end and get to the end portal, and the tips on how to survive there and what to do if you are lost and all that type of stuff, which I'll be uncovering in this video. So make sure you like and subscribe because I am really hoping to get 50 subs by the end of, I'd say, this month or the next, since I seriously want to make some stream for you guys so you can be more happy and be able to communicate with me more. So yeah, and that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoy your day as well. And let's get straight into it. And we'll start off with mine shafts. Mine shafts are they're either very big or they're very small or maybe in the middle. But usually they're very big and you can get very lost in them very easily. This means you can find zombies and enemies fast and you can die in tight areas, which will be helping you survive in. So mine shafts are kind of like just abandoned areas in the game, and actually can give high tier loot if lucky enough to find chests around here somewhere. Um, to give you some tips on how to get good loot, you're gonna want to find some railroad, like some tracks, and keep following them until you find a chest in a minecart, and it can give you diamonds, golden apples, enchanted golden apples if you're lucky enough, some other ores, and etc. etc. And it's also good to find ores because most of the area is um full of space. For example, here you can get some rails, a name tag, bread, and all that type of stuff. Isn't really good chest right there, so I'll keep looking. And as you can see, if you can find um a big, like a very big cave, and you look around, there's a high chance, there's a chance, maybe a low chance you'll find a part of a mine shaft sticking out. And if you walk over to it, you're usually gonna get mixed up on where you're going and getting a loop, which is very bad since you can die to mobs easily unless you're in peaceful mode, which is safer than fighting mobs all the time. Now, you might be wondering, how do I survive in a mineshaft if I don't have like a light source and I can't find my way back out? Well, just use some leftover blocks that you have. So let's just use a random block. For example, we use some crimson planks. If I want to retrace my steps, I'm just going to want to place down some blocks that do not generate inside of the world like a mineshaft. If the mineshaft is located on um over the Y level of 0, this is where cobblestone is. You're gonna want to put down maybe deep slate. You're gonna want to put down wood, not the same wood like oak planks as these, because it won't really help. Or you can place down torches because they also help a lot, and they don't usually generate on the ground unless there's a little bug, and can help a lot. I sometimes use a strat, and it always helps me survive at risky times, especially when I'm fighting enemies and I want to get back to my little hut. And if you're ever in need of like shelter, you just want to go to a corner and just hide yourself inside. Place on a little torch and just expand a little bit. I actually do this all the time. I'm not even joking. You're gonna want to expand. If you're ever in need of trying to escape again, you're gonna want to make some. I'd recommend using a different block. So we'll use warped now. And if you want to follow the trail back to where your little hut is, if you're in danger, just use it. So look, you can tell the difference between crimson and warped pretty well actually. So also, if you place down blocks that do not generate, You can also you can also tell like, oh, I've already went this way and I don't need to check this loot out because I've already went here. So as you can see, if I went in the loop, oh yeah, I've already been here. Let's try and look for somewhere else which doesn't have any blocks I've already placed down. This is also a key factor of looking for better loot. You can find a ton of ores, as I said. I've already found a good few diamonds and redstone here, if you do need some, since degeneration takes away some of the blocks and can help you spot some exposed items. So yeah, pretty useful. Again, here's some diamonds. Ton of diamonds you can find. Look at all these diamonds that you can find. So just remember that, and remember, oh my god, I can't find my base anywhere. I need to look around. Oh, here's my blocks again. Maybe I just turned right. Oh, here, look. Here's all my blocks again, and here's my little hut. Now I can just barricade back up, and I'm safe. It's so simple, so efficient, and so safe for you to survive in either hard, easy, or normal mode. So there's no worry about having to fight off tons of spiders, which I'll be getting into in a second. Which is my next tip on how to survive is poison spiders. Perfect timing. Here's a poison spider spawner. To find a spawner with poisonous spiders, you're gonna want to find a ton of webs inside of one um little passageway. You will find them, and it'll be very hard to survive against these poisonous spiders because they attack you. You're starting to lose health, like the potions that witches use on you. And if you do play the game a lot, you know that witches are the worst enemies in the game. Maybe worse than an ender dragon, maybe. And let's just show this. Here's just to specify the difference between a spider and a poisonous one. So that's not what the spawner actually looks like. It just looks like a normal egg with a little pattern on it. In normal Minecraft, this is just a little add-on actions and stuff. So here's a normal spider. Oh, hold on. Oops. So here's a normal spider. But if it was a normal one, it wouldn't be making that animation. And then the other one is smaller and green. So as you can see, they spawn in pretty fast if you're not good enough at being quick. And sometimes they could jumble up to being two spawners at once, maybe even three if you're unlucky. Which is very unfortunate for you since they can huddle up on you quicker. Because if the mob is spawner, that means that more capacity can fill a room with them. So for example, if a chicken if if a ton of chickens are inside one little room, there would be more capacity for them to fill in than, for example, a zombie because they're smaller and able to fit. So they'd be able to swarm you faster and quicker since they are very quick. And they're not that dumb either, as you can see. And they have around the same health as a normal spider, so yeah, you're gonna want to be aware of that. Or I think they're like a few hearts, they're like 2-3 hearts. They're very low on health. They take 1 heart from a diamond sword, it's another like a crit. They take 1 crit damage from a diamond sword to die. Which is actually not that bad because they are very quick, I have to say. They're named cave spiders for some reason. When they're not even supposed to be named that, they're supposed to be poisonous. And yeah, they deal poisonous damage. And if you cannot break the spawner, just place down torches on each side of the spawner, like this. At a certain amount of light, I think, or just at any type of light that is on them, they will stop spawning in any mob. So just like that, they will stop spawning in, and you'll be safe. Pretty safe and helpful if you're at a close call and you're fighting against some spiders or zombies, whatever it is. And I think that's mostly it. But also, another tip on survival, not survival, but more of like resources. These spider webs here, or the cobwebs, they are very useful if you use a sword. So you're gonna want to get a sword out and just mine the cobweb. if you have seen my last video on ancient cities, I think I talked about a little bit about like what items can affect the move, like the speed of breaking a block faster. Like for example, a hoe is able to destroy the like the like the block of ancient cities that are very quick. Like shovels can break dirt very quick because it is a shovel. As a pickaxe can break like ores and blocks more, like on ores because it's a pickaxe and it breaks underground easier. And I think um the one of the only like tools that don't really have any quick mining is a sword. But recently I think in the latest update or the one before, Minecraft added spears to the game, and that kind of changed the whole entire like combat system and the whole entire like movement system with a new lunge ability. But I won't be getting that deep into the game because that'll be another video that I'll be making after next week once I'm not busy and I'm still off school because I'm done now. Um, it added some a lot more abilities to this stuff and it's very weird. But originally the sword was one of the worst items to mine with, but you're still able to destroy cobwebs. But of course, I'm not able to destroy anything because I'm using a sword. You can't even destroy blocks in creative with a sword because it's Minecraft. They just don't know that. But if you went into survival mode and you just started breaking this thing, it'd be very quick. It depends on what type of sword you're using. If you use a netherite sword, it'd be quick, like as Lightning McQueen, and you'll be able to get string from this stuff. And you can make bows, not beds. You can make bows, crossbows, all that type of stuff. Stick like fishing rods, which you don't really need. But you can still make a ton of stuff with string and can be very useful. Um, and it's still very useful to find these cobwebs around the area. But if you're ever stuck in a cobweb and you're in a tight situation, use a water bucket. Now, what I mean by this, by a what? What do you mean a water bucket, dude? It's just a cobweb. Just walk out of it. Do you know how much time it takes to walk out of a cobweb? Oh yeah, sorry, you're not actually good at Minecraft and you don't know how to play the game. Use a water bucket, dude. You're just gonna want to place down a water bucket on top of the string, and I think like the cobwebs around you should break and you'll be safe. It's either the bedrock or Java. It does like all string, but I think bedrock is kind of like the middle child of Minecraft and kind of doesn't have a lot of techniques added to it and only breaks the cobwebs around the one that you put on, like this. But I say that's just creative mode. It doesn't matter. Let me know if it's a glitch or not. Please, just let me know. Or is it on Java? But as you know, people use cobwebs a lot in PvP since it's able to slow people down and you can kill them faster. You see them a lot. For example, if you watch some Jude Law, what was I gonna say? Not him. Oh yeah, Jude Law. Sorry, I was just doing something there. I forgot. Jude Law. If you watch a lot of Jude Law's like PvP, you'll see him use a lot of cobwebs, and of course, when you're watching PvP in general, you're usually going to see people with a stack of cobwebs in their inventory or hotbar because they can switch quickly to it and just like get people trapped and kill them. And they're also good for using in contraptions and glitches sometimes, cobwebs. So yeah, I think you can't really use. You need to. I don't think you can use silk touch on it. I'm not very sure. I'm not a master of this game. I'm just doing it for the fun and to help you guys survive in Mineshaft. mineshafts in it more. But now we'll get on to the next part. I think that's mostly mineshafts done. So take some notes down for that. We're gonna need to head back up to the surface now, I think, to find this end portal. Here's another mine shaft. You can see more chests in here. They could have some good loot if you're lucky enough. Okay, here we are. Let's head back over to creative mode, and let's do this. We need to find where this portal is. Okay, it's in this jungle, I think. This is weird. Let's just find this end portal real quick. Sorry, guys. Okay, so then this way. I'm waiting for one to go down. Still gone. Okay. What is going on here? Okay, it's moving. Okay, let's go back into spectator mode now. Oops. Okay, let's head on down and see if we can find this room. Jeez, this is a big cave system. You don't even realize how many caves you can find here. There's just so many. We need to keep lookout for any end portal rooms or anything like that. No. Another mine shaft. Let's just head into this cave real quick. Sorry guys, it's taking a little bit of a while. I can't find this. Oh, it's back. Okay, I went too far, I guess. Okay, it's back down this way. It must be close around here. It is very hard to see. That's a bit weird. Oh, oops, didn't need to do that. Sorry, guys. No, I actually did that. Okay. Okay, there's this direction. What is going on here? It's down this direction now. What? Okay, this makes no sense. Maybe it's in this cave system. Oh wait, hold on. Let me put on night vision actually, and I might as well. Okay, now it's up. It's back that way. So let's put on a night vision potion. Okay, now we're ready. Let's do this. We're now in full spectator mode. And then we can see perfectly. Where is this end puddle? Maybe it's up here. What? Okay, this is a bit odd now. So there's no end portal here. And there's supposed to be. What? Okay, you know what? I have an idea. Just hear me out. Watch this, okay? I think there is a type of thing you can do inside of this game. Templates. See templates. You can go to templates and you can go to stronghold below. This is what I was looking for. And we're gonna go here. Creative. And then bang. Now we just gotta go into this. I remember now that there was a type of template that can help you get achievements for free, I guess, in the end. So let me just any cheats on. I'll just turn it on. I'm gonna go back up. Here we are. And spectator mode. Aha, here it is. Okay. What I was saying. So what I was saying was strongholds. That's the one I was talking about. Strongholds, like end cities and all. So strongholds is the main factor of trying to get to the end. They are very complex and very hard to find since you need to do like some of the hardest challenges in the game, like getting blaze rods, completing by getting enderman and getting ender pearls and mixing blaze powder from end blaze rods to create eyes of ender, and then go to the end portal, which you need to use the eyes of ender to locate the end portal, like the stronghold. And then from there, you need to look around all the halls and eventually find the room, which also has a certain amount of eyes, which this one has only one. So that means you need 11 more, since there's a total of 12 frames, which is these blocks. You just have to place them inside, and once they're all in their slots, the end portal will spawn in, and you'll be able to fight the Ender Dragon, and you're going to be beating the game. Well done. But this is tips on how to survive in the stronghold instead of, well, tips of getting resources and surviving in the stronghold and not getting to the end, since I've already done a whole entire showcase on that. But I'll be adding on more and more to that as well. There will be always some new updates to the game, so I'll be adding on more and more to the game. So just remember that. We'll start off with the same exact strat on how to survive in the stronghold and not getting mixed up. The blocks. Place down blocks that do not generate inside the game, inside the stronghold, and you'll be completely Find, find, fine. I'm so sorry for my stutter and for my I just messed up what I was saying there because it's the morning still. It's only 11, so yeah, I'm a bit tired, but I'm still warming up a little bit, and I've only got on the game. So yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Strongholds are very famous, or and are known for very complicated and like a maze basically. Like look at how big the stronghold is. This thing is massive. No pun intended. No pun intended. Okay? Let's just keep going. Place down blocks that are not generated usually inside of the stronghold, and you'll be able to retrace your steps and find the stronghold easier instead of having to replace without finding anything important. And that can make you mixed up and annoyed very quickly. And your anxiety levels can rise more and more as you can't find a way out. I just need to mine back up sometimes. That's what I usually do. Sometimes if I can't find it, I'll just mine up and I try again using the eye vendor, which doesn't really make a difference because I'm already at the place. Remember, by the way, the eyes of ender do not locate you to the stronghold room. It just locates you to the stronghold in general. So that means if I am looking for the stronghold room, I'm not going to use the eyes of ender just because, oh, it's going to send me right to the end, friends, and I'm going to be able to get to the end very quickly. It's not going to happen like that. It might. The end of eye of ender might just drop you right on top of it, but usually it doesn't. Sometimes you might mess up a calculation or not. But yeah, um, that's like just retracing your steps. Also, little fun fact: there's a little trial chamber down here, right on top, right underneath the stronghold. Pretty cool. Anyway, what I was saying, we'll get onto the libraries now. Libraries are one of the most satisfying and coolest things to find in a stronghold because they give you such good loot. So let's go into let's head on into creative mode and let's just look for some books. So as you can see here, as you look around the area, you might find a you might find some bookshelves with one of them missing, and one of them missing and replaced for is a chest. You might find some books and some enchantment books and even an armor trim. This one is an eye armor trim, and you might have some compasses and all that stuff. But look at this. This is not that bad. This is great. But the books in here might be bad since it has mixtures of enchantments and for example, some weapons and some armor, which is not really good. But it doesn't matter because you're still gonna get some good valuable stuff. You might get three you might be lucky to find three libraries. You might be able to find one, which is okay. But there's a ton of places where you find chests, and usually you'd find a ton of zombies and all in here. But there's some lights around here, so you're safe. And you can find some diamonds, iron, all the type of stuff. And another tip um on surviving in the end or the stronghold, if you die to the ender dragon, there's a chance that there's a chance that you might die. You're gonna want to place down a bed right outside the stronghold. So um if you ever die outside of it, um if you ever die inside the end and you have to respawn and you're at the spawn point where you put your spawn point, maybe in your house or just where you spawned in when you started the game, that'll be annoying and you don't want to restart all over again, which is pretty annoying, and get like tons of loot and then go back into the end and might die again. And remember, there's a 5-minute wait time on your items until it despawns, which is not very good because you can lose a ton of valuable items. So place it here, set your spawn point, and if you ever die, you spawn right into the stronghold and you can go back in, get the loot, and keep finding the Ender Dragon. Pretty useful if you ask me, because when I fought the Ender Dragon, I died like twice, 3 times, and I had to run all the way back to the end. I had to run all the way back to the very start and have to do it all over again. But at least my stuff was still there in time because my spawn point was a bit close to the area, in at least. So that's pretty good. On to the next part. It is silverfish. Silverfish can spawn inside of certain type of blocks. These these little blocks so let me just show you what they look like. They can be all infested, and if you break them with a pickaxe or something like that, I think they will like pop out of the ground out of the block and start attacking you. Silverfish are most annoying for their little size and how quick they are at attacking you. Like, look at how quick they are. They can, look. They just went into a block there. The little smoke. But if you're in creative mode, you can just destroy the blocks and they won't be able to come back out. And they do have low health. So that's a pretty good thing about it. And also, the loot around here isn't the worst, but that's a very bad chest. Jesus, man. So as you can see, I could get mixed up right now. That's how bad it is. Like, I could just, like, I just fly around. And suddenly, wait, where am I? Do not use blocks here because you could lose track of where you are easily. And I recommend using maybe like deep slate, excuse me, um to walk around to get around the place safely. Like this. Oh no, where am I at? Oh yeah, let me just go back down this trail real quick. And here you are already. You're back at where you were recently. So now you're safe. But as you can see, I'm already confused where I am, and back up here is the end portal. And just to make you guys happy, let me get the eye vendor out and give you that satisfaction. Wow. Oh, but look, see, the game kind of bugs whenever you're near the stronghold. But yeah, that's mostly it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. I think there might be one more bit to it. I'm very not sure about it. What else is there? I think that's really it. Just be careful of all the enemies around you, and remember to be a bean and be in the bean family. And I love you all for how you've been treating me recently. And I'll see you all in the next video. So yeah, I'll be uploading this straight away. And yeah, I don't have an editing software, unfortunately. So yeah, still. So yeah, I'm gonna go get one soon. And I'll see you all in the next video. And I love you all. Goodbye. I don't know why I took a screenshot there. Goodbye. Okay? I love you all.